Hey, so this is just showing how I found this kind of hacky way to link huskytrader's TC2000 or huskytrader's corporate earnings tool to TC2000 when you switch symbols. Um, and what I'm using basically is the cloud for TC2000. So I go to cloud.tc2000.com, and if you can read up on what the cloud is for TC2000. When you go to this, I think you have to log in to your account first, and then when you do that, you'll have these finance sites and heat map, which will link to TC2000. So basically, what it does is, I'm going to click on finance sites on the cloud, and when I do that, it's linked to my TC2000, where if I have a symbol open, it'll automatically read that, and it'll use it as the active symbol here. So if I change to any symbol, you can see like it's changing on this site, which is pretty cool. And they have finance sites here, so they have Google and CNN, but I don't really use these sites really. I really like huskytrader's corporate earnings tool. I use that, but you have to, if you know the earnings tool, you have to go over here and you type a symbol. By the way, so these are my settings for it. I have it set to Zax, and I have it to not a new tab per symbol, just for the way I do it. And so these are my settings on Zax, and Seeking Alpha works too. So you have to click on this symbol here. So how I link this is kind of a hacky way. I'm not a programmer or anything, so if there's probably a way better way to do this, but this is how I figured out how to do it, which I think is kind of pretty much working for right now. So I'm just going to show you guys right now. So what I do is, first thing I do is, there are these sites here, and if you click on a site, like if I clicked on CNN, it'll have the same link as this does. It'll have the same link to TC2000. So if I click this, it'll change the symbol to whatever I have open. So CNN takes a while, but yeah, so you see it's changing. So I basically changed this link to the corporate earnings link, and basically how I do that is, first thing I'll do is I will just type any symbol to the corporate earnings. So I'll just type in Tesla, and then once I do that, it'll pop up. So this is cool, it's popping up the corporate earnings on Tesla, and I'm going to keep that open, and I'm going to go back to this right here. And what I'm going to do is, if I right click on the page and I click inspect, this inspect element will pop up, and I think when you open it, it's actually going to pop up like this on the side. So this is when you open it, but I have this squished to one screen to record it basically, so I'm just going to I'm going to undock it. So this is the so when you do this inspect, this is what pops up, and you can see this is just like the code for the page, and you don't need to I'm not reading much of this stuff. The only thing that I'm using is basically this section here. So you can see how when I'm going here, it's highlighting, and I'm basically gonna blow out this Google News website, the first one. And what I'm gonna do is, you can see it says button something data, and then it has the address for Google, and it has the name called Google Finance News right here, and it says button. So what I do is basically I take this the corporate earnings page, and it doesn't matter what symbol you're on at the beginning. So I just take the address for it, and I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to go back here, And then right here where the first one is, where it says Google Finance News, I'm just going to double click on the address so it highlights, and then I'm going to replace it with this Zacks.com, stock research, and then it says Tesla earnings calendar. So the way this is working, which I've kind of found out, is every time it says on these addresses, it has the curly bracket 0 end curly bracket. So that's basically hearing what symbol you're on in TC2000, and it's using that. And so for Zach's address here, for example, where it says Tesla, what I'm going to do is I'll double click on Tesla ticker, and I'm going to replace it with this curly bracket 0 and curly bracket. And then, so now it's going to be this pretty much the exact same address. And then where it says Google Finance News, just to make it, you know, less confusing, I'll just change this to say Zacks corporate earnings. I enter. So when I click enter on that, so now you can see on the website, it says Zacks corporate earnings at the top. And then at that point you can close whatever the inspect tool is. You can close that. And now if I click on this, so I'm going to click on it, and it's going to go, and you're going to see how it's Zacks corporate earnings with huskytrader's earnings tool, but it's the symbol that I have open right here in TC2000. And so now if I have this open on the side and I'm switching to another symbol, you can see how the corporate earnings just switched to that symbol. So the first one, like TMDX, I have on this EP scan, it's just automatically going to go to TMDX, and it'll show you, you know, everything that the corporate earnings tool has. You can see it going on here. You know, I have a squeezed thing, but there's even more. You know, you have the news on the side too, I think. Yeah, so here's all the news and stuff as well. And like if I click on another symbol, that news will show up here, and then the corporate earnings. So that's really cool. That's how I link it. I hope that's not too confusing. Oh, and then so once I have this, I'm going to close this old one. So now you can just have this. And then one other thing, this is an extra step. I guess if you want to do it, but I do it because, you know, I'm going to be, if you want to close this and reopen it or turn off your computer, when you do this inspect, it's just going to, by default, it's not going to stick. It's just like a live preview. And then if you like close this and open this page again, it's going to go away. It's going to be what it was before. So what I've found is this extra extension, which is called permanent inspect element. So I found that on the Chrome Web Store. So permanent inspect element. So this one here, permanent inspect element. So I downloaded this extension, and all it does is that now if I have, so I did this inspect and I changed this name, and then when I click on permanent inspect element, I'm gonna basically click on save page. So I click on save page, and the tutorial for this extension says to click it a couple times, so I guess click it a couple times to make sure it saves. So I just click it a couple times, and now it's like saved it for this address on Chrome. So now if I like click refresh, it's gonna stay. If I didn't do this and I clicked refresh, it would go back to the Google website it was. But right now I've, you know, refreshed it, and it stays to this. And you can close Chrome, and if you open up the cloud again, it'll stay on this, which is, I think, what you'd want to do if you want to keep doing this. So now, you know, you can close out of whatever except the cloud, and then if you click on it again, it'll still link to whatever you have up. So this is really cool, you know, especially during earnings season. earnings data. So like this is a really quick way to see earnings, and quicker than, this is an awesome tool that huskytrader made. And now you can kind of like sync it up. So I tried it this morning and it was pretty much working, to kind of, scroll through and see the earnings for things that you're getting popped up in your scan, that are popping up in your scan. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If I missed something about how to do that, just one last thing, you can read about this cloud thing, but you have to keep this cloud open when you have this. I think if you closed out this tab, it won't work anymore. So you got to keep the cloud open, and then on the other tab you have the linked earnings thing. So that's how you do it. So like you can see I'm clicking this. It's pretty cool. Okay, I think that's it. Let me know if you guys have questions about that. Thanks.